Derby County haven't been good on their travels this season, but a victory against West Brom may have just changed their fortunes. Well, this time they head to the MKM in the penultimate game of the Championship season. It's game week 45 for the Championship and the relegation battle is still well alive. Now, I said a few weeks ago that this Derby County vs Hull City game was going to be the most important one. In fact, I've said it for a few months. And the thing is, it is no more important than the last game. It's no more important than the final game of the season as it stands today. But this is the most important game of the season. Now, you might think that does not make sense, but let me tell you why. Now, Derby County head into this one level on points with Luton Town down at the bottom of the division. Hull City just 2 points ahead. Now, Luton Town will have played Cardiff City before Derby County and Hull City get going. I said Cardiff, I meant Coventry. Now, Luton Town must beat Coventry City. If Luton Town beat Coventry City, Derby County must win. The importance of this game purely depends on that result. Now, Derby County obviously want to take 3 points, to take any decision out of anybody's hands. They're also going to want to take 3 points in the final game. But Hull City aren't just going to take it lying down. And they showed that at the weekend with an excellent victory, a 2-1 victory to be precise, in their previous game against Preston North End. Now, if we look at the league table, we know, and I know this is irrelevant to this game, but Leeds United and Burnley have confirmed promotion to the Premier League with 2 games to spare, both on 94 points, battling for that Championship title. We then look at Coventry City, a massive game of importance against Luton Town as we head into this one for Derby County and both Hull City. If Coventry City take victory, then Luton Town could be well out of it by the end of the season. Now, we look at the bottom of the table now. It's really close. Stoke City could still go down. Preston, Oxford, Hull, Derby, Luton, Cardiff and Plymouth Argyle could all still go down. Now, the big question is going to be, who comes out on top for Derby County versus Hull? There's 2 points separating the two sides. Derby County have won 12 games, drew 10 and lost 22. Scoring 47, conceding 56. The goal difference between both sides is -9, but Derby County obviously on 46 points. Hull City, 12 wins, 12 draws, 20 defeats, 43 goals scored, 52 goals conceded, -9 on the goal difference, 48 points for them. Now, a victory for Hull City confirms them in the Championship next season, no matter what happens underneath them. But a victory for Derby County pretty much secures their safety. But it will obviously then all depend again on what happens at Luton Town. If Luton Town are to beat Coventry City, Derby County won't be safe. But Hull City will drop into that final relegation place. Now, this is the massive question and the massive thing that is going on. I spoke about it in a full video yesterday in the evening about this Championship relegation battle. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Now, I've looked at the league table since John Eustace took charge of Derby County on the 13th of February. And ultimately, it looks good for Pompey, who have now secured their survival. It looks good for Hull. It looks good for Luton, Stoke, Derby and Plymouth. But it looks horrific for Cardiff City and Preston North End. Is there a world where Derby County, Luton and Hull City all survive in this division and Preston North End end up being the team that go down along with Hull City? Along with Oxford United maybe? Now, that is a massive question. Now, Derby County have to win this game. Derby County have to win their final 2 games. It doesn't matter what anybody else does. Derby County have to win. Now, we look at the home form and we look for Hull City in the home standings. And a positive for Derby County is they are right down at the bottom. 22 games played, 5 wins, 8 draws, 9 defeats. That's 24 goals scored, 27 conceded, and -3 goal difference with 23 points on the board. Derby County obviously sitting there, 22 games, 9 wins, 4 draws, 9 defeats at home, 25 goals, 18 conceded, +7 on the goal difference, 31 points. Now, Derby's home record is irrelevant. Now, what is relevant is obviously Luton Town heading into this one, and that is why we're discussing Luton Town in this game. They're at home against Coventry City. They've also picked up 31 points, 7 defeats, 7 draws and 8 wins, 24 goals scored, 22 conceded. Now, ultimately, they're not one of the best at home, but they're not one of the worst either. And then we have to take a look at the away form. Now, Is this going to be a problem? Coventry City sit mid-table for away form. 22 games, 6 wins, 6 draws, 10 defeats. 24 goals scored, 33 goals conceded. -9 on the goal difference, 24 points on the board. But they're away to Luton Town. Can they beat Luton Town away from home? That's going to be massive. A massive question. Now, the away form for Derby is horrific. 3 wins, 6 draws, 13 defeats. But under John Eustace, it's actually been fairly decent. Now, how have they've won 2 games away from home. They've drew 1, they've lost 3. I think that's 11 points on the road, maybe. Or is it 11, 6, 7? 7 points on the road. Can they pick up another 3 and make it 10 points on the road under John Eustace? That is going to be a massive question on the lips of many Derby County fans. Now, Hull City away from home, 22 games, 7 wins, 4 draws, 11 defeats, 25 points, 19 goals scored, 25 conceded, -6 on the goal difference. Derby County are -16 away from home, by the way. 3 wins, 6 draws, 13 defeats, 22 scored, 38 conceded, 15 points. Now, this is probably the most important thing for Derby County, is another victory on the road. Are they going to be able to take back-to-back victories on the road? I don't know. If we perform like we did against West Brom, there's always a chance. But Hull City aren't going to play like West Brom, and that is what worries me. Are we going to be able to have that same impact, have that same effect? We've seen playing those teams down the bottom that we have struggled. And that is why in the last 5 games, Derby County find themselves 16th in the form table with just 5 points from 5 games. I think 3 of them are against teams that we could have gone ahead had we beat them. A draw against Pompey, defeat against Luton Town, defeat against Swansea City as well. Obviously, you've got the draw to Burnley in there, which was a magnificent draw for Derby, and then obviously the victory against West Brom. You look at then Hull City, only 2 points better off than Derby. 2 wins, 1 draw, 2 defeats, 7 points on the board in 5 games. 2 wins, as I mentioned, for Hull City. Now, the problem we have here is Luton Town at 8th in the division based on recent form. 2 wins in a row, 2 draws and a defeat, 8 points. It's only 3 points better off. Plymouth Argyle, again, 9 points, 3 wins, 2 defeats. It's a crazy bottom end of the table. Now, if we look at the XG table for these teams, Derby County and Hull City have both underperformed. Derby County by 5 positions, Hull City by 5 positions. They've scored more than they were expected to, but they've conceded way more than they were expected to as well, and they're 10 points less than what they should have. Hull City, 9 points less than they should have, saving 1 more goal than they should have, scoring 6 less than they should have. And the problem that we have right now is that Luton Town have also underperformed. Cardiff City have underperformed. It's a crazy position that both sides find themselves in. Now, we spoke about the recent form of the sides, and we've spoke about the teams in the table, and it's an interesting dynamic that Derby County find themselves in, as well as Hull City, as well as all those teams down the bottom. Hull City have a handful of injuries, which we'll see on screen now. Balumi out until mid-July. Cynic out till early May. You've got Mattiazzo out until early November. Harvey Cartwright is out until May. Miller is out until July, and Louis Barry is out until May as well. You look at Derby County, Callum Elder, Blackett Taylor, Curtis Nelson, Dejan Brown, David Ozo, Kmar Roof, Jorgen Selverson, Ryan Liambi. You've also got Jakob Vidal-Zetterstrom on that list. Apparently Jeff Hendricks picked up an injury as well. Both teams come into this, maybe not with their best foot forward. Now, the conversation has to be for Derby County is, can they put up the same performance with the team that they put out? Now, for me, I've said it time and time again, Liam Thompson is key to Derby County staying in this division. He must play in a midfield 3 with Eva Williams and Harrison Armstrong if Derby County are going to stay up. And the only way Derby County don't stay up is if we try and play Nathaniel Mendez-Lang or Caden Jackson from the off. Mendez-Lang scored a brilliant goal against West Brom, but that doesn't take away from his lack of impact as a starter this season. And that is the problem that I've seen this season. Even Caden Jackson, especially after that run early in the season, the first 9 games, I think he's been very lacklustre. And what we have to do as Derby County fans is look at that midfield of Liam Thompson, Eba Williams and Harrison Armstrong and go, what a fucking base. What a base of a midfield we've got. It is unbelievable. All 3 of them can push forward and impact the opposition. All 3 of them can drop deep and impact the opposition. Apart from Eba Adams, Both Liam Thompson and Harrison Armstrong can have an impact on the ball. Liam Thompson less so than Armstrong, Ebou Adams less so than both of them. Now, a lot of people are probably then going to say, well, was it not Ebou Adams that put the ball through for Nathaniel Mendez-Laing to lob the keeper and score? Well, yeah, it was. And it was a great ball, a fantastic ball. But does he do it often? No. But what a fantastic ball it was. Now, that midfield trio has to stay the same heading into the final 2 games. If for some reason we can't keep that midfield trio, I'm instantly worried. And that, for me, is the reason why our form has been so poor recently. The change against Swansea to take Jerry Yates out for Marcus Harness changed the dynamic in the forward line, which then changed the dynamic in the midfield and how that was affecting the game. At the Burnley game, we looked back to exactly how good we were. We probably should have took 3 points from that game. And then Pompey, we take out Liam Thompson, we put in Mendez-Laing. Didn't really work, and we didn't score until Mendez-Laing was taken off. Yes, Caden Jackson came on and was impactful, and obviously was then the reason that we scored the second, but ultimately still lacked a bit in those forward areas, and then lacked a bit on the defensive end with taking away a midfielder. You then look at the Luton Town result, no Liam Thompson, massive problem for Derby. We had nothing in the midfield, and when Mendez-Laing got injured after, 10-15 minutes? Well, I think it was actually earlier than that. Might have been 15 minutes. I think we should have put Thompson on straight away. And I think we'd probably win that game if you put Thompson in. Now, Derby County beat West Brom 3-1 with Liam Thompson in the side. Was Liam Thompson the reason we won 3-1? Probably not. But did he impact the performance in a way that I anticipated he would, which then gave us the opportunity to win the game? For me, yes. Now, obviously, heading into Hull City, it's a very, very different game. It is a different game because Hull City are fighting for their lives like we are. West Brom were slumping to a failure season, and it ended up with Terry Mowbray getting sacked. Now, if we look at the head-to-head of the two sides, it's 11 wins, 2 draws for Derby and 7 wins for Hull City. Now, Hull City haven't beat Derby since 2019, which was a 2-0 victory at the MKM. That was goals scored by none other than Jared Bowen, by the way. Derby County were managed by Philip Koku, had Bielik in midfield, had Jaden Bogle at right back, Tom Lawrence, Max Lowe, Matt Clark, I think is the only stay from that team. Matt Clark is obviously he came back, but Matt Clark, Callum Elder was playing for Hull City that day. So we're in a position where the last time Derby County lost to Hull was 2019 at the MKM. And Derby County have been unbeaten in 4 against Hull City. A 1-0 win back in 2020, a 1-0 win in 2021, a 3-1 victory in February of 2022, and a 1-1 draw at Pride Park on the 26th of October. Now, I'll put the results on screen. I'll put the head-to-heads and stuff on screen as well. I don't know. I am worried heading into this one. I'm bricking it, to be quite honest, as I was heading into West Brom. West Brom was a must-win. I made that clear before the game. I think the title of the video made it clear as well. But this is also must-win. Derby County have to win to give themselves a chance to survive. We can't lose. And the only way that a draw is even kind of acceptable is if Luton Town lose. Now, we'll know what we need to do heading into this game before the game kicks off. I assume the players probably won't get told, but the staff will know. The fans will know. And it's difficult. It's a very, very difficult circumstance to be in. Now, you can let me know your predictions and your thoughts down in the comments. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, you turn on that notification bell, and you stay tuned for all the upcoming Derby County content heading your way. Because we're in a position where, although 2 months ago, we looked done and dusted, right now, we look as if we could survive. Will we? I don't know. I want to say yes. I want to put full confidence in it. But the Championship is unexpected. And you don't know what's going to happen. That's why we lost to Luton Town. It's why we lost to Swansea City. It's why we didn't beat Burnley. And it's why we drew to Pompey. I'm at a bit of a loss with what's going to happen in this one. But you can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You turn on that notification bell. You hit the like button to push this video to brand new audiences. And I'll catch you in my next video.